If you have heel bursitis, one of the most important things you can do to help your recovery is to pick the correct shoes. The second most important is to stop doing calf stretches, and we've made a video about that, so have a look at the description if you want a link to that. In this video, I'm going to cover the basic principles to look for in a shoe, but also what type of shoes our patients have found works best for different occasions, like dress shoes versus walking shoes versus running shoes. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maryke. I'm one of the physiotherapists from treatmyachilles.com, where you get online physiotherapy assessment as well as treatment of any type of Achilles injury, all done via video call. Have a look at the description of this video if you want a link to our website. When you have bursitis, your bursa is a little fluid-filled sac at the back of your heel, and it sits between your Achilles tendon and the heel bone. Its main job is to allow the Achilles tendon to easily slide over the heel bone as you walk. Now, as you walk, that bursa gets compressed against the heel bone, which is absolutely part of the normal process. But the problem comes in when you have bursitis. It's now inflamed and swollen and really painful, and it doesn't like being pressed on by the tendon, and that can make it worse. So the two things that we are looking for in a shoe is we want a shoe that doesn't add extra pressure, so no direct pressure on that heel, plus one that has a bit of a heel on it. Because as soon as you place your foot in a position where the heel is higher than the toes, can you see if this is my foot, this is my calf, Achilles tendon runs there. If I'm going to point my toes, the Achilles tendon doesn't stretch at all, so there's more space there. The flatter it goes, the more the tendon comes across the heel bone, and the more you're going to get compression of the bursa. So the worst shoes you can wear are flip-flops or sandals, anything that doesn't actually have a heel to it. If you have a really irritated bursa, it's really not going to like any pressure on that heel for the first period. In this case, a sandal is actually likely the best shoe for you. Now, I realize I've just said that sandals are likely the worst, but you do get sandals where the heel is higher than the toes, and then it's open at the back that it doesn't press on the bursa. Obviously, for females, this is easy, us women, to get because loads of shoes that we like to wear has heels on them. FitFlop is a good brand for that usually as well because it supports the foot. And for men, often the hiking type sandals can work well, and they tend to have a strap at the back, but the strap usually goes a little bit higher around the back that it doesn't press directly into the painful area. Now, I will put links in the description of this video so you can go look at examples of brands that our patients find useful. Something else to consider is that sandals are great for the summertime, but obviously they're a little bit cold for the winter. So another type of shoe that can work well that doesn't press directly are clogs. And with clogs, most of them usually the heel is higher than the toes, but also you can wear socks with them, or you get clogs that actually has a lovely, like a furry lining, and that can be nice and warm. Dansk is a good brand for that. I'll put a link in the description that you can go have a look at what I mean with that. If you're looking for a shoe for day-to-day life that you can just walk around, go to the shops in, and you don't find the clogs or the sandals that useful, then we tend to find that regular running shoes often works the best, but the type that works best for you will depend on your foot shape, especially the shape of your heel, plus the shape of the heel cup of the running shoe. I would suggest you look for a running shoe that has a heel to toe drop of at least 10 millimeters. 12 is even better. Again, I've put links in the description that shows different brands, but it's usually Asics and what's the other one now? Brooks has a good heel to toe drop usually, but specific ones. So don't just choose any one, check what they say there. Obviously, the same advice also counts for running shoes. And especially if you find that every time you go for a run, your bursa is so much more irritated, then I would likely look into getting a running shoe with a higher heel to toe drop, or just look for a different type that perhaps has a different heel cup that doesn't press directly on the bursa. But also something else, especially if you've got to wear dress shoes or you don't want to get rid of your running shoes, you want to eventually use them again, or you've got the highest one already and it's not making that much of a difference, putting heel lifting inserts into your shoes can be a really good temporary measure to help that heel bursa to just calm down. Because usually you don't have to permanently move to shoes that has a higher heel. It's usually just a temporary measure to help your bursa to calm down. there's often a very clear reason why you got the bursitis in the first place. And if you hadn't done that, you could have worn any shoes you like. So your physio will help you understand what the best approach for the future for you is. But a real good hack are those heel lift inserts to just place into any shoe. Top tip, do not just place it in the painful side, place it in both so that you're equal or level, because the problem comes in if you're going to be uneven, you're going to end up bending your one knee the whole time when you're standing, which can make things get even stiffer and more painful. But it can also throw your back out and give you other injuries and aches and pains that you didn't have beforehand. If you want to know what heel inserts are or what they look like, again, there's links in the description of this one to look at. Brilliant. Hope you found that useful. Now, if you've got any questions, just ask them in the comments. If you want more help with your Achilles injury, have a look at the description. I've put a link to our website there. We can help you via video call. And if you found this video useful, please remember to hit like and subscribe. It really helps our channel. Take care.